Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the March meeting of the Hong Kong Philatelic Society and Hong Kong Study Circle. This meeting is sponsored by the Federation of Inter-Asian Philately. Yes, we have a very good, at the weekend we had a very good Hong Kong Stampex, which you can actually see the logo of our local competitive stamp exhibition on the 13th to 15th of March. It was just like a nice weekend, and we have big crowds coming in, and not only we have local exhibitors showing the material, we also invited our friends from China, Macau, Singapore, and Myanmar showing their great exhibits as well. It's a competitive show with some non-competitive exhibits, and many study circle members show as well. Particularly, we have a one frame exhibit from the study circle titled Hong Kong King George V 1.5 cent postal card, which you can actually see on the screen. This is one of the example on the frame. Very interesting card, and all the members. It's actually formed. The single frame exhibit was formed by several members who put together the collections. I don't know, some of you, if you collect the postal stationery cards, the 1.5 cent card is not one of the easiest to find, but we managed to put together 11 sheets only, sadly. We could have filled the whole frame, but you know that it's not that easy. So we've decided, I've asked all the members, and they've agreed that we upload the sheets onto the Hong Kong Study Circle website. So if you wish to see the individual cards in details, you can go up to the website fairly soon. I think maybe in a couple of days or something. Okay, so let's start. Okay, right. So this is actually the single frame display at the Hong Kong Stampex. Well, I only have, unfortunately, only have one example amongst the number of great items here, but the rest were in the collections of Mr. K.K. Ho, John Tang, as well as Mr. B.M. Wong. Okay, so the various usages, there were underpaid cards, there were cards. The card actually, the 1.5 cent rate actually was intended for China. So in addition to the unoverprinted cards, you also get China overprinted cards as well. But obviously there were so usages to other countries aside from China, and with additional postage stamps on them. It's also there's one with a couple one with the postage dues sent to France and into China with the two postage due cards. Unfortunately, perhaps upon arrival, they didn't know how to calculate the postage, and no tax was levied on them. So this is actually the layout of the frame. So, but obviously, the resolution, of course, is a bit small, but you can actually see every single sheets on our website. Right. Okay. So yeah, the Hong Kong Study Circle has a meeting at Hong Kong Stampex on Sunday, March 15th, and there were many members like Charles Chan and Simon Choi and all familiar faces all turned up to the meeting, and we've got some guests as well. So actually, I was actually the first to show some I call them unusual items, because I've been collecting them for God knows 20 years maybe. The use of postage stamps as dues on covers, and then of course PC Shaw showed a postal card with a combination franking of postage stamp and a postage due, probably a philatelic. I mean, I don't think there's ever authorized to use postage due as postage stamps. And BM Wong actually showed a very interesting 1 cent postal card from Wu Chao, privately carried to Hong Kong. All right, so maybe I'll go into the display I gave at the study circle. Right. Okay. So the display was titled "Postage Stamps Used as Postage Dues," and actually this cover is not in the display because I don't own it. So it was I believe it's in another member's collection. But upon my recollection, I think this is the earliest, to my knowledge, of the usage of postage stamps on the postage due, or short pay or underpaid cover from the UK to Hong Kong, and franked with 2 threepence, 6pence. Yes, that was the airmail rate at that time, but this is actually as a double rate letter. You can actually see there's 2 above the line. And then it worked out that the British authority actually put 120, actually it should be centimes, and then that it worked out at being $1.20 Hong Kong dollar. At that time, the highest value of the postage due is only 10 cents. So, in order to put the postage due stamps or postage due labels, as we call them, on that cover, you have to have 12 copies. But due to various reasons, maybe laziness or shortage of due labels, and they decided to use a King George V postage stamps. And so you can see there's a pair of 50 cents and a 20 cents used as postage. I actually could not find any directives or anything from the post office or from the newspaper that this is actually authorized. There must be some document authorizing the use of the stamps, postage stamps. But I for years I couldn't find any. Maybe, and of course, if you ask the post office, they said, "Oh, we don't know anything about this." So, and obviously, not very. Well, I mean, I'll keep looking. There might be something there somewhere to say that you can actually use it. But after all, I mean, if you consider, say, in the UK, the postage, the stamps can be used for postage and revenues. So, well, why not? I mean, I suppose it's only to collect the charge. I mean, these are like the receipt rather than actual has a kind of postage paid something. So this is actually the earliest one that I know of. There may be some earlier, maybe Susan has something in her collection, maybe, or Robert, maybe you have something, or Adrian might have something, but we do less.
No, I don't have anything like that.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting that somebody actually asked me what this is. I mean, this is actually a London T mark with the L. Yeah. I believe I'm right. I don't know. Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. So
yes.
Hexagonal belongs to the London office. Anyhow, so this is December 37. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Incidentally, Andrew, that's the last service to operate from Penang into Hong Kong before they switched to Bangkok.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ah, well. The owner should be very proud of it. My mouth actually, my eyes kind of popped, when he actually showed me this cover. You probably guess who he is anyway. Anyhow, so let's go to the next item, which is a little bit later, the February 1938. This is another incoming cover, incoming letter from the UK, and then you get the same the T mark with the L, the London marked it. This time to over 180. But this is actually underpaid. You can actually see there are 2 stamps here. 1.5. Let's see, 2.5 plus half. Okay, there's 3 threepence rate. So it was not only is underpaid for airmail, is also is a double letter. So the total, they worked out the total here is actually 9 pence deficient, but you double it, so it becomes 180. So Hong Kong actually applied $1.80 postage dues on the back, using postage stamps to collect the charge. This is yeah, I mean, that you would have thought that if you use the 10 cents, I mean, you would have 118 10 cents, which probably you cannot stick it on the back of the envelope. So, so this is February 1938. Okay, so the next one is...
Andrew?
Yes?
Andrew, one thing I want to ask Duncan. For this kind of a very underpaid airmail letter, wouldn't they have a kind of thing insufficiently paid for airmail transmission and then put it into the sea mail?
Yeah.
Sometimes they did, but they had a lot of private arrangements with India, for example. But I think in this case, in February 38, the Empire Roll-Up scheme was extended as far as Singapore. So in that case, threatens would have covered a double weight letter as far as Singapore. And I think somebody thinks Hong Kong's part of that stage as well.
Okay.
So he thinks he's correctly franked it, but in fact he hasn't, because it's not till September 38 that Hong Kong joins the scheme.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. Yes, yes. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Right, so we move on to the next one. You've probably seen this on the internet. It's from an internet sale. It's a quite fairly recent one. An underpaid service mail letter from Penang to Hong Kong. The service, I think by that time you had the Empire rate, which is 15 cents per ounce. Yeah, I got that from Richard Ling's article. He wrote a very nice article on the local service rates, service mail rates in the Hong Kong Philatelic Society journal, correcting all the errors made by Proud and Webb. So well done, Richard. He's not here today, but anyway. So so they doubled the 15 because it's unpaid letter. So they doubled the 15 cents becomes 30. So the 30 paid by I think a strip of 3 10 cents King George V adhesives, and then but the interesting thing is the person they couldn't find the recipient. Actually, it says Sam Shui Po. It says Sam Shui Po is actually residing in Sam Shui Po. But note that actually at that time the GPO actually handled all the postage due mail. So you can see actually the stamp. This is a no, actually no. It says Kowloon. I can see it from now. Oh, okay. See, actually Kowloon. I'm sorry. So maybe Kowloon didn't have enough of the 10 cent postage due label, or they couldn't actually put 30 postage label on the back of the cover. That's why they used stamps, postage stamps instead. So obviously they stopped the stamps and can put a date stamp on them, but they couldn't find the recipient. So that they decided to return the letter and send it back to Penang, and then and of course it was returned. Eventually, you can actually work out probably was shipped or whatever, sent back to Penang via Singapore, and then the sender had to pay the postage due. So that's the case. There's a way of how it was. Anyway, so it's very good cover, and I think sold cheaply because everybody missed it. Anyway, similarly, there was another cover, but this is less pretty because he's got all these little, I don't know what, maybe he has rust spots, has been cleaned or something, and it bleached the cover or whatever. So it's got all these spots on the cover. But this is partly paid letter from Penang to Hong Kong. It has a 6 cent straight settlements adhesive on. Of course, the Penang marked it with a square T and marked it 10 centime, which is equivalent to whatever part of postage missing. I think maybe another 4 cents. Yeah. Anyway, so by the time it arrived to Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Post Office put a 10 cent George V stamp on, and then interestingly, the recipient refused to pay. So it's got the Hong Kong refused instruction mark on, and then returned. And but I don't know why they had the deadlock letter office on the back of it. Maybe they couldn't find but I don't know. They couldn't find the sender. They couldn't locate the sender. Maybe Mr. Che. And but anyhow, they have the return postage of 4 cents. So I guess that's an interesting cover despite the condition. Anyhow, we move on. This is March 38. Okay, so we go to 39 now. 39. 2 letters actually sent from one from UK, and one from Gold Coast, which looks a bit philatelic. This one, the Gold Coast one. But anyway, it was sent to Kowloon, and both of them to Kowloon, and then you can show that the postage stamps were cancelled by the Kowloon c.d.s. So it shows that actually Kowloon by that time handled some postage due mail. But again, why they use the stamps? Well, I can offer a little. I mean, only a guess. I mean, okay, obviously, the 10 cents postage due was actually available at that time. So why? Maybe the supply was low. So so Kowloon didn't get any, or just insufficient quantity to distribute around, because the Hong Kong GPO actually hold all the stock, and Kowloon didn't have much, so they had to use as the postage dues as an emergency measure. Well, that's my guess anyway. I mean, I can't prove this. That's the case, but I'll show you a bit later about the distributions of the different postage due labels. Okay, that's another one. In December 1939, the underpaid airmail letter from Gibraltar to Kowloon again. It's got a threepence franking, and it was marked 180 centimes, and so it just worked out as Hong Kong $1.80. And obviously, in this case, I mean that it would be more than likely that there's not enough space for 18 10 cents postage dues on the back. So that's what they decided to use, some high values like the $1. All right, so we move on to 1940. Okay, again, you can see this is from India, from Jamnagar to Hong Kong. I don't know the Indian rates, so how short pay or underpay the letter is, but actually it's surely it says January 27, so it went by airmail, I think. So this is Jamnagar. It's actually a small place around here in the black hair. So so it was sent definitely by Imperial Airways, I suppose. And then Hong Kong actually used the $1 and $1.50 to pay for the division. Okay, well, okay. Let's see then. We go to the next one. This is a spectacular one, which I had it, and I lost it. So I actually didn't show it at the meeting, and it took me 2 days to locate where it was hidden. So this is a huge cover, probably from a photo studio. So it probably contained some large photograph or something. And as you can see, if you peel back the label, you can see it's got packet boat. It was actually put on a boat to Cape Town. And then maybe that is I think there's a name of something, Stranger, something like that. Okay, you can this little thing it's addressed to the P&O agent in Cape Town, via Singapore. It says. So it was totally unpaid. So anyway, and then of course it was returned because it couldn't locate this certain Mr. Moon or the ship maybe. So it was actually sent back with this label. You see, return letter. It's very unusual, this label. And then of course the person who sent it at the Helena May, whom you know where it is still there. It's still the same building on Garden Road. And they had to pay the postage due $1.40 using a mixed franking of postage due as well as a $1 centenary stamp.
3 Strath ships.
Yeah. The ship is surely isn't it? Is the name of a ship or something?
It's the name of the ship. There were 3 P&O ships that started with Strath something.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so actually you could. The interesting thing is, you peel back the label, you can see, say it is actually provided in Section 21 of the Post Office, blah, 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 in case where the postage on Hong Kong had not been paid by the sender, it should be returned and undelivered. The sender returned to him paid double the deficient postage. You see, so the same way, return postage, you still have to pay double the postage due. You can refuse. Oh, I don't know what happened if the sender refused to pay. So what happened? I don't know. I've never seen anything, like that. See, he could have refused to pay. So what happened then? Or maybe the sender's gone away or couldn't find it. So I've yet to find something. But this label is a bit unusual. Anyway, so that's September 1941. Then of course you know what happened. At the end of September, at the end of 1941. So there's nothing. And then after that, it's all post-war stuff now, with the Georgia 6 postage stamps used as postage due. And there's another one with a mixed franking, addressed to a Dr. Wilkinson in the Queen Mary Hospital, which is exactly where, well, it says about 10 minutes of where I'm living. So still the same old Queen Mary Hospital. So there you are. So okay. So I want to put, maybe I just want to say why, obviously you can see from some examples, because of the lot dollar values, and obviously the post office said, oh, for example, this one is $1. Let's see, 180. Okay, it's just so much. You can't. This envelope's too small, and you really can't apply a whole block of these postage due stamps on. And but for some reason, for some other, like the one at Kowloon with only say maybe 3 or 4 postage stamps, why can't they put the labels and they have to put the stamps on? Okay, so maybe if you look at this little statistics of the dues, they're all different requisition numbers. They all look very similar because of there's only 1 cent, 2 cents, 4 cents, 6 cents, 10 cents. And these are actually, it's a second issue, which is change of color. The 1 cent actually remained as the chocolate brown, but 2 cents changed from the green to the gray, which is the same, similar color to the 2 cent King George VI definitive. And the 4 cent changed from the orange yellow to the red, and the 6 cents just swapped. Both of them swap colors. And the 10 cents actually from the blue to the mauve. So actually, it's just two. The colors are similar to the George VI postage stamps issued at that time. So the first, the so-called the first or the second issue has a requisition B. So the huge numbers of sheets, 1,000 sheets. But compared to postage stamps, it's nothing. 1,000 sheets. They have much more. But I think for postage dues, it's quite a lot because you don't expect a lot of these postage due mails coming in. But as you can see, very interestingly, these were actually sent at 1937. Presumably by that time, Could it be by sea or by air? I don't know, maybe by air. But if it's by sea, it would have taken, say, maybe a month and a half for them to arrive in Hong Kong. If it's by air, maybe a week for them to arrive. So, but after a short while, it's about a year, they had to put on an order for another requisition for the 10 cent. So obviously, with the airmail, in underpaid airmail items, a lot of the postage dues would have been consumed on these underpaid or short paid letters. So they use a lot of 10 cents. So they put another order in 39 and also in October. So in the two requisitions, 2 orders within a year. And then they're quite a large amount, you see. So obviously there's something maybe they use a lot of 10 cents to pay. And then in the post-war, you can see they ordered some more, the 4 cents and 10 cents, but it's only the numbers. You can see there's very few numbers, only 120 something sheets. So they're not a lot they ordered. And then another in 1947, actually they have introduced the 20 cents and 50 cents value, so that they can use to pay for higher postage dues. Now the thing is, if you look back to the let me see, go back to the Kowloon covers, these two, and that is actually the period when the original sending of the 10 cent, the requisition V would have been exhausted, and they asked for additional 10 cents to be sent. So I just wonder whether, because there were so few of the 10 cents dues held by the GPO, they just couldn't send more supplies to Kowloon, and maybe the Kowloon asked the Kowloon to use the ordinary postage stamps to pay. So, well, obviously more examples we need to decide, to determine what is the situation here. I mean, would there be some letters with also the ordinary postage dues instead of postage stamps? I don't know. These are not easy to find. But with time, I think hopefully with this presentation, more will turn up for study. So anyway, this is still ongoing. Right, so, okay, so far so good. All right, do we have any questions so far?
What is the meaning of the double asterisks beside date of dispatch?
Oh, the date of dispatch. Yeah. It's only half the document. The rest of the document is right at the bottom. I think that the date of it's according to the Crown Agent's record, I think. So the date of they actually marked down, when those things were dispatched from the UK. So they're not necessarily the date of arrival in Hong Kong, where it cannot be. It's just a date of dispatch. But it didn't say actually whether it's by ship or by plane. I suppose by that time it could be by air. I don't know. What do you think, Duncan? Would it be by air?
And what's that document from? Is that from a study?
Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll send you an email. I'll show you the bottom, the whole. It's only a crop of that page. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I don't remember exactly. I was in a hurry. I just copied that top part of the sheet. There was a bottom right sheet clearly state where the reference, where it was from. Yeah, I guess it's from the Crown Agent's record. All right. So actually, the colors are. I mean, you can say that the Crown Agents could have hold a huge stock of the dues, and they send out bit by bit. Obviously, with one printing, the colors would be very similar. But if you look at the these printings actually, requisition V, X and Y is very similar in color, but the V is a bit lighter than X and Y. X and Y is very dark, and then it probably is a different printing. And then the C, D, and E were actually printed on a kind of rough surface paper, which is not like the smoother paper it's like pre-war. And then the post-war, they have the paper is a bit smoother and whiter as well. So it's all different printings rather than just the one stock sent out at different times. Anyhow, okay, I'll send you the complete document, which I have, a complete record which I had. Yeah. All right. So if you actually find any, you could actually send information to me or to KK Ho, who's the other person that's studying this interesting things about the dues, and we'll be very grateful to continue our study. Okay, right. So if no further questions, I'll move on to the next topic, which is tree reports. This is more like a question and answer. Shanghai, web type J in red. I think this was also on internet sale a few months ago, and yeah. So any thoughts about why it should be in red, or just a pure error, stamping error? It's nice.
Never seen Shanghai, but I've seen a similar red, sort of a brownish red Canton.
Mm-hmm. And also on the Singapore, Singapore Marine.
Yeah, I haven't seen one for Shanghai in red.
Yeah. Yes. So
they're all bad. It's
very red, so it's definitely not a mixture of brown and red. So it probably has been they used the wrong ink pad, or probably used the wrong ink pad yeah. And then because if you look at the red ink pad and the black ink pad, under poor light they look exactly the same. And the red ink pad looks like red. I mean, it's still dark color, the same as the black. But in maybe in gaslight or something, they just the two ink pads would look almost exactly the same. So I wouldn't be surprised that the clerk actually dipped the c.d.s into the red one, and then oops, and he made a mistake and said, oh, wrong color, and maybe there's nothing he can do. I'm just not going to put one in black on top of it, so he just let it go. So that's why it's quite scarce. I haven't actually. This is the only pair of stamps that come into my notice. So if you have some, let us know. Right. Okay. So we move on to first aid covers. Now these two. Yes, from the Graca, and but why they produce two different versions? One is a small, one with the small coinage, and these are the large and small coinage. They call that as a jargon. And the large coinage design is more common, but still fetch a phenomenal price, whether it's an auction or so live auction or internet auction, and there's still a lot of people wanting to buy an example of that. But to my knowledge, the small coinage design is much scarcer. This is much scarcer than this one. But I don't. The design actually looks very similar, but I don't know why one big and one small. This is one of the. It's all pre-printed, isn't it? With the address of the stamp dealer. So, have you seen any in maybe in the York Stamp Fair or something? Grab it. If it's only maybe 50 less than £50 or something. But these fetch.
No way.
go and see for yourself on the internet auction. It's actually a huge amount. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know whether anybody actually done any study, but I don't think they are really that scarce. I mean, you always find them again and again and again. They must be mass produced, but still, I mean, it's a matter of demand, isn't it? Well, I personally don't have any, so but I don't particularly collect first day covers. So see, I think they this is something that they want to complete the collection. They have to have that. Okay, this one. I'm sure you've seen this before. Yeah?
Yes.
We've been following the prices fetched by these, yes.
Yeah. This is
Not bidding, not bidding.
Yeah.
We haven't been bidding for them, but we've been watching.
You outbid it, were you? Yeah.
No,
we didn't bid. We didn't bid.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I was actually
just
watching
watched it.
because
Yeah,
they were some collector were actually advertising this on Facebook and saying that, oh, there's another 5 hours to go, and let's see how much they would fetch. So then when I saw them and just went to the search of the internet auction, and then I followed through to the end, and really this is a huge amount of people wanting to pay for this. But this is quite unusual because I've got one. Which is in green and not black. So it's the green. I agree. The green colors is not uncommon, but this one obviously is a combination of registered from Yunlong or Unlong. I think just for the branch office, it would fetch a premium on top. So plus an unusual color to the design. I think, I still think it's over the top, but anyhow, that's the way it is, So yeah. Anyhow, okay. I think that could be the last slide. Yes, it is indeed. Yeah. Okay. So I will stop sharing. Okay. Right, dear folks. Okay. Anything you wish to say, or any comments, or any things you want to show us? Yeah.
I didn't have time to put anything together.
No, that's okay. It's 2 meetings. We're very very close to each other because the last month's meeting was at the end of February because we had the stamp show. And then this one was slightly earlier, so it's just only about two weeks between the 2 meetings. So I guess a lot of people, especially Richard said he would say show something, but he had probably something to do. Anyhow, yeah. So for those actually, for those of you actually going to Boston, we can have a drink or maybe a lunch or breakfast.
Yeah.
I know Gary's.
Yep.
You sent me the email, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can have a drink or something. So I'll be there for about a week or something, just for the show. And I got a whole pile of books to give to Ingo. No, the society. I'm
looking forward to catching up. I'm going to have a lot of reading to do.
Yeah. The Hong Kong Philatelic Society has decided. It's just cost too much to pay to send, especially your pile to you. So I said, asked me to do a favor. Could I carry it over to Boston? So I said, fine. It's not much in my luggage anyway. So I'll carry them. But maybe Sam would want a few copies as well because he'll be there as a judge, right? So
yeah,
I'll contact him and see what numbers he's missing. So
I'm not sure if everybody in this call knows, but you might notice that our leader here has an extra little smile on his face. And so in case you haven't heard, he's been invited to sign the Roll of Distinguished Philatelists, which he'll do at Boston. So I say congratulations, Andrew. That is such a fantastic honor.
Yes.
Good for you, man.
It really came as a surprise to me. Really, I thought it was, initially I thought it was spam mail. Somebody's trying to make a joke. Where nowadays, you can never be too careful about these spam mails, and then it was followed up by another one. So so I thought, oh, it must be genuine. Anyway, I'm very I'm overwhelmed. By the invitation to sign, and really I thought that it won't be my turn. So anyway, I thank the AVPS for being so generous. And it also makes my nowadays I really dislike travel long distances, but this trip I have to borrow money to even to make go to Boston. Yeah, so just to meet old friends, it's well worth the visit. Yeah. So anyway, thanks very much, Ingo. Yeah. Anyhow, Adrian, you got anything to want to say or report? I saw you put something up on Facebook.
Yes, it caused some confusion, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything prepared. I'm not sure how easy it would be to get to that piece. I could have a look.
Yeah, but nowadays actually the Facebook is. I mean, if some of you might not use it at all, but you can get a lot of information, and people ask questions about various things. Maybe some of the queries they ask it may sound too absolutely amateurish to us, but we have to cater for all levels of collectors. The other day, actually, I saw somebody ask what is the best cover album. They want to buy a cover album. I said, and I actually answered them and say, look, don't buy anything made with PVC plastic, because that's going to damage your stamps as well as the cover. So always use polypropylene or polyethylene plastic, or better still, I mean, if you don't mind paying a bit more mylar, I think it's the best material for protection of your material. Okay, I think we talked about the 96-cent Olivista last time, and apparently it's still there. It's still there. $1,500 US is still there, and no buyers. I don't know how long it's going to stay there, but it is quite. I personally I like to look at it, but really I really don't want to pay $1,500 for it. No, $15,000, not $1,500, $15,000 for it. So right.
Yeah, on a smaller scale, every once in a while you see some eBay lister trying to just jack up some prices. There was a first day cover of the 1970s stamp anniversary where they have two nice Wilding stamps on a set of two Hong Kong commemoratives, and they're cheap. They're not much, but this guy wanted for the first day cover like $3,000 US. So I sent them a message. You can always send contact seller, and I just asked him, can you tell me your pricing philosophy about this item? And he just gave a nasty answer. Like, it's good, it's rare, and like no evidence or anything. So you see that every once in a while. You see it with all different countries. The Canadian Philatelic has that too, and I don't ever see any sucker buying those things.
No,
but it's buyer beware.
It draws attention. It draws attention. So
yeah,
sure, it draws attention. Maybe it's the intention. It's not actually selling that one, but to lure you into going through his in his stop, his store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always do.
Yeah, and usually when you go through those stores, you see all kinds of ridiculous listings, and you wonder why is he going to the trouble. He's just all he needs to do is sell one, and it'll make all that worth it. But you know, pity the buyer of that kind of junk.
Yeah.
Well, a while ago, there was on eBay, I think it was an Elvis Presley first day cover with flocking or something that was listed for $2 million and change. Not round number of 2 million, but 2 million and some change. And that was up for years and years. I don't know if it's still there, but somebody had great expectations.
No, it certainly draws attention, and then you know that person could have a shop or something that you might decided to go into the shop and look at other less expensive items. So anyway, he has absolutely no intention. The other one is actually that I noticed that it's been there for over 2 years. Is a Y1 cover, advertising for I think $3,500 or something like that. Well, I mean, in the heyday, I mean, it's not too expensive, but nowadays I think the Y1 cover's price has dropped a little bit. So I don't know whether people are going to prepare to pay $3,500 US, you know, for that cover. It's still there. I mean, anyway. Well, I liked it if he dropped his price, but not at $3,500 US. Anyway, it's nice cover. Anyhow, right. Ellis, you found anything interesting in Toronto?
Yes, actually, I haven't prepared any PowerPoint, but I just want to share some covers for general discussion.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to share the. Yeah. Okay, now you can see. First of all, actually, these covers are all with the skeleton postmark.
The skeleton, yeah.
Yes, the skeleton. The first one is from Manyi.
Ellis, it's better if you first if you have the file open before you do the share screen.
Okay, I'll do it.
Because right now it's just a tiny little thing, and we see your whole desktop.
Okay, you see the desktop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see your desktop and just a tiny like unshare, stop share, and then when you reshare, since the file is open now, you can put it on and we'll see it properly.
Okay, I'll do it. Just be patient. One by one. Okay.
First stop share.
Oh yeah. But I want to open the file first.
Do it while you're not sharing.
Stop sharing. Okay.
Zoom is a wonderful tool. I get so many Zoom meetings. I had 2 yesterday, Collectors Club of New York and Philatelic Specialist Society of Canada.
Yeah.
And that went in late into the night.
Yeah.
And now this morning, first thing, Hong Kong Study Circle, Hong Kong Philatelic Society. Sometimes I feel like I'm zoomed out.
Oh, right.
Or my wife tells me I need to zoom out.
Yeah, sure.
While we're waiting for Ellis, has anybody started using AI for their stamp activities?
Not really.
I use it.
Yeah, you use it?
Yeah, Vincent. Yeah. What do you do with it?
I've been writing up exhibit pages and having AI help me to make them more concise.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's more working on the. I have to correct it all the time, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Because you know, right now it's not. It's still learning, right, and it's not very accurate in terms of a lot of stuff. But it's actually been very helpful to try to make things more concise and to express things in a better way and so forth. So that's the primary way I've been using it. Yeah.
Yeah. I live inside AI. It's a full-time tool for research. It comes up with sources that just a regular Google search or other types of searches won't come up with. So the level of research functionality that it provides is a real assist in, you know, fleshing out obscure sources that you won't find anywhere else.
Right.
Okay. All right, we're back to Ellis.
Yes. Yeah. So you can see now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. So the first cover that I want to show is Mui Wo, post office. It's the first day of operation, 1963, May 21st. And what I want to draw your attention is the registration label. It's Hong Kong 48 in white color. And then I'm going to share the other one. Here is the same day. It's not the same day, but it's for registered overseas, which is in green color. It's also Hong Kong 48.
Yeah.
So I want to know if when the post office start operation, do they have to synchronize the registration style? For example, this is Hong Kong 48 in green color. And do they have to synchronize the local one in white color with the Hong Kong 48 also? This is one of the example. And this is example from Mui Wo. Now I can show you another one.
Well, I didn't realize there was a Mui Wo skeleton.
Yes.
Wow.
I think when some of the offices first came into operation, they didn't have time to have the definitive double ring c.d.s, so they made up a skeleton for some of the early 60s. But later on, they would have the
That's not.
definitive
It's
double
on.
ring.
It's on about the number both 48.
So this is another example from Man Yi, which is Ingo is very familiar with.
Yeah.
This is also the first day of operation, 1960, September 19, I think. It's also the local register, Hong Kong F. And I'll show
That's
you
a very
one.
clear strike.
Yeah.
Yes. I picked
because I think they had a lot of them going through there on the first day, and the one I have is not that clear.
Yes, this is common. It's not clear, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's the same day. I have the much more better illustration at the back. Here
Colonel
you
Webb.
can see.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, well famous stamp collector, and you can see it is also Hong Kong F, which is in green color. So in these two occasions, the green color and the white color are also synchronized.
Same index level.
So So what in my mind is, do they have to synchronize that one when they start operation? This is question number one. And question number two is, let me think. Oh, I just forgot it.
My guess is that they go ahead, Ellis.
Oh, the second questions that I want to ask is to this skeleton postmark device, were they manufactured in Hong Kong? I remember when I do the research, actually I'm going to make a one frame exhibit on this one. When I do the research, I find the similar skeleton postmark was reused in the UK back in 1903. And I also researched one of the article from China Philatelic Association, and they also mentioned this. The earliest use of skeleton postmark was used in 1903, but in some of the articles, according from Hong Kong Studies Circle, and the author say that this skeleton was manufactured in Hong Kong. So the second question is whether this postmark device is manufactured locally. These are the two things I want to discuss with you.
I believe they were supplied by the GP UK. Because the thing is, if you have seen one, I mean, it's basically the skeleton. Why it's called skeleton? It has a outer ring and with spaces for the little letters. You can actually make up any, like for example, the Jubilee post office, the exhibition post office. It's actually from the same device, but with a different letters, inserted. So I think the basic device was supplied by the UK, and then they may have sent, say, maybe 5 boxes of these c.d.s to Hong Kong, and then whenever they need to have a temporary post office, I think temporary post office is the word, because you've got the Jamboree post office, the exhibition post office. And it's all with the same type of skeleton, and they just insert different letters. So before the arrival of the definitive double ring c.d.s, for example, with Sek Wu Hui and Mui Wo and Man Yi, and they would have used a temporary. This is kind of temporary device that they use while waiting for the arrival of the definitive c.d.s. And
I see.
I'm not surprised that there actually would be more than one used. Maybe if you could check the spacing between the because they were putting.
Oh, you mean
type by type?
Okay. I see.
The basic.
So
the basic c.d.s, you said just lots of holes. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, they would, of course.
And actually,
the Hong Kong University as well. And then Hong
Kong. 1961, right?
Yeah.
You know, the one used in Sek Wu Hui is a little bit. Right. The use in a Sek Wu Hui post office is a little bit different from the others, because most of the others were used when they start operation. But the Sek Wu Hui example is they lost the c.d.s.
They lost the c.d.s.
And then they replaced with this skeleton for a short period.
Yeah. It's like a temporary. But nowadays they would have provided a rubber type instead. Remember the Kwong Wah Street, Kwong Wah post office fiasco, where when the post office opened, all the steels were inscribed Kwong Wah post office, and then somebody objected, say, "Hey, where's Hong Kong?" And the post office said, "Oh no, they forgot to inscribe Hong Kong on the c.d.s, and they only used it for about a couple of days, and then they made the rubber c.d.s with Hong Kong replacing the post office, and then waiting for pending the arrival of another set of Kwong Wah Street Hong Kong c.d.s. It was next to the post office, very near to Kwong Wah Hospital in Kowloon. A very interesting case. Yeah. So nowadays,
as regards to the label.
Sorry, go.
Sorry, as regards to the label, Ellis.
Yes.
From WeWo, I've only got Hong Kong 48 used
Okay.
in WeWo, 63 to 70. But I do have them with the branch office name on as well during that period, but not before 67. But
Okay.
Manny Arcade, I've got Hong Kong G as well recorded in 1960, as well as the F.
Yeah.
And yes, I've got the dark green as well, paper,
Yeah.
blue-green paper, which was used for the overseas airmails.
Yes. These were used in the later days. Okay. So when they start, I think they have only the Hong Kong F, which synchronized with the white color.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know whether it's of interest, but I have read in, earlier Hong Kong study circle journals and that they used Hong Kong labels if it was a new postmaster as a kind of probationary period. And it was once the probationary period was passed, then they introduced the labels with the name of the branch office on them.
Yeah. Thank you.
Makes sense. Yeah. It's just that these obviously the Hong Kong labels were supplied by GPO. They had a stock of these registration labels, rows of them, stock up in the GPO. So they just lent them some labels.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all.
The Manny Arcade, whether there's more than one c.d.s. I suspect there might be more. Because as you know, that the later Manny, I mean, I'm sure Ingo will tell you that they had what 5 c.d.s or something like that. So when Manny first opened it, there must be more than two clients, so that you could possibly find, say, maybe 2 slightly different versions or 3 of them.
Yeah, for the Manny Arcade skeleton cancels, Proud lists 2. Yeah. One with the asterisk and one blank. I have never seen the one blank. Yeah. Every one I have from Manny Arcade has the star.
Yes.
So
neither do I.
Well, it's quite possible that the star was just a bad registration. I mean, it's the poor ink, under inked. So it could be. It didn't come up on the envelope.
Yeah, or perhaps someone registered and a star on the registered and no star on the ordinary.
Yes,
something like that. The letters were movable, weren't they? I mean, they did move around. Because I've got some with the gaps between the words varies.
That's right. Because
and also the dates. Yeah, the dates were also movable, and sometimes you only get half the number of the year or the month.
Yeah.
Actually, I have example from Manny which is not registered, and the skeleton also with a star on it.
Right. Yeah.
So the question is, which kinds of covers they deal with the one with those stars?
Well, that's why I think that maybe it's just a poor strike.
Could be.
Yeah. All my Manny Arcades have a star.
Yeah.
But they do show lots of there's at least 3 different spacings of the words.
Well, that's usually indicating 3 different c.d.s, because obviously Manny is not going to remove all the types from the c.d.s and rearrange everything. So they must have made up.
They're different dates.
Yeah. They must have made up a different...
Yeah, I mean, there were different dates, so it could be that they're just set up differently.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, possible. Yeah. Okay. PC is here. You got anything to say about the journal and things like that?
Well, hello everyone. Well, the journal has been published and it will be uploaded to the website soon, probably later this month. So, so this is 30th anniversary of the journal. So there's quite a number of interesting articles, in fact. So for this one, that's all for the moment. I think that there are some very in-depth research article. For example, the one by Simon Choi. He has written about 20-something pages on the Second World, the Japanese occupied Hong Kong, that period. And for the others, we have just got the Hong Kong Stampex, and has Dr. Andrew given some introduction for that. Can't hear you. Yeah, you are mute.
Okay. Yeah, I have already talked about how popular our show was, and you know, we had 130 frames, and all oversubscribed we were, and we also the study circle also showed a 1-frame exhibit on the King George V 1.5 cents postal card. Yeah. Anything you want to add? Oh, yeah, no. From well, you were jury, right? So from the jury aspect, you got anything to add? And maybe about quality?
I think the standard is pretty high. The standard of the exhibit, and there are a number from mainland China, and they are written in Chinese. But well, I think they have given a good show. And so other things, well, I think the venue, we can house more. Well, we got 130 frames for this show, but I think maybe in the future we can have maybe 150 or so. Yeah. And also we are planning for the FIAP show in 2027, and there's also. I'm not also sure you have also informed members that there's a GBA show. So the venues changes among the 8 different cities in the southern China areas. And Hong Kong will be the next turn. So we call it GBA, Great Bay Area. Yeah, I think we make those in the US, Great Bay. Yeah. So you will have this GBA show hopefully together with the FIAP in 2027. And we're still looking for resources. Yeah, and donation, of course. It's not easy nowadays.
Yeah. Oh well. Obviously, you know, the next big show is the Boston, followed by the one in Macau. So. And quite close to each other. So it'd be I mean, if you are one of these, you know, sort of stamp enthusiasts, you might have to travel around quite a bit. Anyway. Yeah. All right. So.
Andrew.
Shall
I show that sort of overprint or partial double overprint?
Please do. Please do.
Also, has Angel, has you announced that you have got the distinguished honor?
Oh yes, they have congratulated me. Yes, thank you.
They congratulated you already. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So Adrian,
can I share? As usual, I'm having trouble sharing. Wants me to save to cloud.
Oh, before Adrian start working, no, I just do you know that some of the postal stationery cards, the early two, the one with the blue and yellow, and also the white with blue border and red border, And you know, some of them are known actually with the stamp inverted. Well, not the overprint inverted, but the stamp inverted, stuck in the wrong way. Mint. But actually, I actually asked Neil about a Ningpo postal card, which belonged to Dalmada, and it actually had the stamp upside down, and actually used. So yes, it's quite. What I'm wondering is how actually the post office put the stamp upside down on the card. So, and whether those mint ones are genuine or not, because the mint ones, I suppose you could just remove the stamp and turn it around and stick it, you know. But that used one is undoubtedly genuine because it's got all the postmarks on top of it. So I just wonder, because there are several of these ones with the wrong stamp stuck on the postcard, and when they inverted with the stamp inverted, put on the card, and asking for premium over the normal price. So I just wonder how genuine these cards are.
That sounds like hanky-panky.
Yeah, the mint one, yeah. I would say not too difficult to remove it, or maybe even a blank card you can stick a stamp on. With, you know, you can get the 3 cents or 5 cents on 18, well, unused but without gum. You know, people just soak it off and use it, because there's, you know, in the old in the printed stamp album, there's a space for the 3 on 16 and 5 on 18. It's always a space for it. So, well, how can you get a stamp? You know, you get a postcard, soak it off, and put it on the album. So, right. Okay. So, Adrian, how's it doing?
I'm struggling to share this.
Right.
There's a share in the top right corner. Is that the right place?
Yeah.
It should be at the bottom of the Zoom screen.
Bottom.
A little green arrow.
Green arrow. Oh yeah. No, that's not it.
Yeah, bottom of the screen, there's a box, a little box with an arrow called share. No?
No, there isn't.
Oh, okay. All right then. No luck?
Drives me mad.
Huh? Yeah. Right. Okay. So while just
I think we're going to have to give up.
All right. Okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. While we are actually talking, anybody found out anything about our study circle medal that we discussed last time? See whether you still find the company that produced it, or have they got some license to do it? Otherwise, we could actually have one with a different design, so that we could reissue them to the people who won the Wild or Web Cup in future. Anyway,
I think we're free to just do our own thing. There's, you know, there shouldn't be any issue of licensing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you know, I'm thinking of actually doing maybe slightly different design, so that even if the company say, look, you know, that you're infringing, you know, on the design, that we can say, oh, look, it's different. Maybe we can think about that. Because I don't think it's that expensive to produce. So I'll look into it if you allow me to.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because we've got we've got our Stampex medal. You see, this is our Stampex medal. Okay, you know, okay, we can make a more glamorous example. You see, that's my daughter's. Actually. I mean, you know, something like that. I mean, it's not expensive at all. But we can make it more glamorous. We could use, say, nice bronze or much harder material rather than this rather flimsy example, and just run off maybe 20 copies or something like that. I don't think that's going to be really that expensive to do. Let me just
we have the money.
Yeah, we have the money. Yeah. Let me look into it. The cost.
Rob, how much money do we have in the bank?
I don't know, but quite a bit, I think.
We've probably got about £10,000 or £11,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of money to do something like this.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice to honor those people who won the cup, the Wild and Well Cup. They only get one. I mean, even if you won it 10 times, they still get one. At least it's a nice memento for their research and knowledge and things like that. Anyway, I shall take a look. And well, we don't have anything further to discuss, and it's so nice to see.
No, I've given up.
You've given up. Well,
this is the only time I ever use Zoom.
Yeah. Maybe no. It's okay. It's okay. No worries. Maybe we shall adjourn our meeting and then think of something next month to discuss. Anyway, it's all from me here, and we'll have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, and really enjoyed meeting you again. And thank you very much for joining. Okay, it's goodbye for me. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Andrew.
And when we meet again, it's going to be spring.
Yes, it will be, certainly. There's a lot of warm. Okay, bye.